Welcome, folks. I am Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up?
We're continuing on with What If Season 1, this time Episode 3. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a cut-down version of our reaction because we're allowed a maximum of between 5 to 10 minutes picture-in-picture. If you want to watch the entire thing along with us, uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabyKoay. You will need your own Disney Plus subscription, which you'll open up in an adjacent window to our reaction, and then it's like you're watching it with your two favorite pals from the internet. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, hit that bell icon, all notifications, and vote this video up to let YouTube know that you're enjoying what you see. If you're watching this on Patreon, please, yes, thank you for supporting us here. I don't know what I was going to say. Thank you for supporting us here on the Patreon if you're watching this on Patreon. Okay, here we go.
We always have to do the, like, Marvel dance. That's not even a dance. Never mind. I'm just going to have a drink. Ma!
Ma. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. I want to hear like a rock version of this song.
Oh, okay. I'm
Like
sure it's out there.
Ba, 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 ba. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get you, boo-boo.
Guitar Hero. Samuel L. Jackson. Jeremy Renner.
Oh, maybe we're going... Okay. I was like, is Peggy Carter going to be in this one?
There was an idea to bring together a group of
remarkable people to see if they could become something more. I know, I've heard the speech. Which is why I'm surprised you'd want to bet the future of the Avengers Initiative on that.
Stark may be eccentric, but he's got potential. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to exit the donut.
I told you, I don't want to join your super secret boy band.
I remember you do everything yourself. How's that working out for you?
I've been worse.
Hit him.
What'd she just do to me?
It's going to take the edge off.
It just abates the symptoms.
Stark, you okay?
What's going on?
Stark.
Tony! He's dead.
What?
Oh, it's the zombies. Is it?
I was just trying to help him out.
I see the crucible that would transform this collection of individuals into a team of heroes. At least, that's how things played out in one universe.
Right.
But in this one...
Rat-row.
Sir, we found it.
Someone inside S.H.I.E.L.D. compromised Stark's antidote. I need someone on the outside to find out who.
Is that Scarlett Johansson? I can't tell.
I don't think I saw her name. I think it's maybe Lake Bell. I'm not sure.
Maybe we should get some tunes going. Lighten the mood.
That's not her voice.
Mind holding these for me?
Of course,
What?
I never did get what he sees in her. Sure, she can land a punch, but only because people don't expect it.
Damn, some Hitman up in this.
I know. Nice.
Wait, what?
Yeah, now you notice? She's already gone.
At least she closed the doors. How polite.
Best we can tell, it's extremely powerful and not from around here. Electromagnetic, neutron, vital radiations, all off the charts.
No one is worthy.
No one can lift it, not even Jackson, and he does CrossFit.
Someone always comes looking. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
We got a man down. Sound the alarms.
I think the worst just got here.
Uh-oh.
Got a perimeter breach. Multiple agents down and,
Uh-oh.
Whoa. He's a Caucasian male, mid-20s, with really great hair.
Excuse me?
It's an accurate description.
Coulson's really funny.
He's making a move on the hammer. One shot, one kill, sir.
Hold your fire. I want to see this.
Oh, Coulson wasn't lying about the hair. Fury, now or never.
Hold you.
Can he do it?
I told you to stand down.
Drop your weapon! I swear, I didn't shoot.
What?
Your arrow would indicate otherwise.
Who's doing this? And also, you can just kill a god like that?
Barton sticking to his story?
He's pretty bent out of shape in there. Won't talk to anyone.
He'll talk to me.
There's obviously something suspect going on.
Yeah, who's doing this? It's Coulson.
Wake up, Sleeping Beauty. Barton.
He's dead. He's dead. What?
Barton. Coulson, get a medic.
Who did you let in here?
No one. Come on, stay with me. Stay with me.
This is super weird.
You think he was murdered?
If my money is on the same someone who killed Stark.
And there was no sign of struggle, no entry wounds?
It's weird, but I also have a space corpse that looks like a Chippendale's dance.
There's not a lot connecting a billionaire playboy and a SHIELD assassin. Unless you have any ideas.
There was an idea.
So obsessed.
Dr. Ross, I'm here about Tony Stark. I believe he was murdered using this.
Why did you come to me?
I need to keep this off SHIELD's radar, and you seem to have some experience in that department.
She's got the cadence.
Mm-hmm.
It looks to me like a tiny projectile of some kind was fired from the needle.
You're thinking nanotech?
I'm a biologist, and I believe we're done here.
Okay.
You got a side job, Dr. Ross?
I don't know. A student must have left it there.
I got bad news and worse news. Barton's dead.
Who else is on the list?
Bruce Banner and you. But first, find Banner.
Move, or I'll make you move.
That's probably not gonna work out. For anyone.
We need to go. Now.
That's cute. We've got the Watcher in the background.
Yeah. I thought that was a cloud. Not you too. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Loki, perhaps?
Oh boy. Whatever it is.
Oh.
Oh, it is Loki.
Middle Earth?
Ah.
I've come to start a war.
I am Loki, Crown Prince of Asgard, the rightful king of Jotunheim, god of mischief. I'm in the middle of something here.
I want strike teams locked, loaded, and ready to move in on my mark.
I've got General Ross, a dozen snipers, and a few tanks. What are you dealing with?
Space Vikings.
Show off. Natasha Romanoff, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I have Bruce Banner in my custody. You need to stand down.
Oh.
Who the hell opened fire?
Director Fury, you failed to comprehend the enormity of the situation.
What's in the box?
Such insolence will not be tolerated.
Wow. Wow.
Smash. Oh no. Oh no, what's going on?
Bruce!
Oh. Is he gonna explode?
No, Bruce. But he can't die.
I think he just did.
Yeah. His famous last words.
The person who killed your brother also killed two of my good people. I promise. When I find your brother's killer, you will have your pound of flesh.
But I shall require the entire corpse. You have until the next rise of Midgard's sun to deliver my brother's assassin, or I will reduce this planet to ash and ice.
That's not a lot of time.
He said Midgard's son.
Yeah, Midgard is Earth.
Ah.
Yeah.
Whoopsie. So 24 hours?
Less. Just by the morning.
You should have files, but I'm locked out of the system.
I'm not telling you my password, Romanoff.
Clint was your friend too.
Hashtag Steve. I heart Steve. 704.
Wow. Good one, Coulson.
Steve, I heart Steve. That's hilarious.
He's so goofy.
How did a woman who died 2 years ago access the database yesterday?
Who's behind you? Someone's there.
You won't win. Not against me, not against S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh no. What?
Fury, it's hope! It's all about hope!
Whoa.
It's hope! It's all about hope! There's still one name left, sir. Yours.
Oh?
Oh.
I'm not the only Avenger left.
What?
He's gonna pull out his pager.
Uh-oh.
Damn straight.
Took you this long? Jesus.
It's all about hope. Widow.
Hope?
You got a name, soldier? I'm here to see you, boss.
Oh.
Oh boy. He's so creepy. Just watch it all the time.
Yeah. I thought I was like, oh, is it Hope Van Dyne? But I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to sound like a dumbass.
Hank Pym.
The balls.
Oh, this makes
Right?
so much more sense now.
Yeah.
She died because S.H.I.E.L.D. killed her. She was my daughter. You just left out how'd she die the same way her mother did, doing S.H.I.E.L.D.'s dirty work. I wanted you to hurt. To witness everything you ever worked for. Hope for.
Oh.
Crazy. I did not need to see that again.
You murdered him because you could?
His death was a favor. Yours will be a triumph.
Oh. Oh. He's holding his own. Wow.
He's doing some Neo
Or is
shit.
is he Loki pretending?
You're still pretty spry for it.
You're right.
Well, come on then. Kill me.
Stop moving, Fury. What are you doing here? What's your... Like you're everywhere. What's with the goth kid?
S.H.I.E.L.D. is people. People willing to give their lives for something greater than themselves.
Well, this was an absolute pleasure, Director Fury.
Good. Now take your hammer and get off my planet.
I was thinking I might extend my stay here on Midgard.
For how long?
It's the unspoken truth of humanity that you crave subjugation. The bright lure of freedom hoggles you, diminishes your life's joy. So I have come to help you fulfill your destiny.
Okay.
The Avengers were always meant to be more than a team. The affirmation of humanity's need.
I believe that in this universe, as in every other, hope never dies.
Oh.
Oh.
Welcome back, Captain.
So, where's the fight?
So late.
Just in time.
You know, that was definitely a situation where I thought that the invisible person fighting Black Widow was Ant-Man, but I was like, maybe I'm a doofus. Maybe I'll just see how this plays out. And I'm like, oh, it's exactly what I thought.
Well, no,
but it was the wrong Ant-Man.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but the fact that you picked up on it being an Ant-Man was quicker than me. I was trying to figure out which invisible person was fighting her. Then I put it together once I saw Michael Douglas. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. Yeah. And it all started to click.
But like I was also thinking the same when I first got the inkling of like, oh, is it Ant-Man? And then I couldn't quite tell. At first I thought that Black Widow was saying it's all about Hulk.
Yeah, so that's what I heard as well.
Yeah, I thought she said Hulk and I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, maybe it's Hope.
Yeah.
What's Hope? And then I was already like, oh, did she mean Hope Van Dyne?
Yeah.
But once again, I'm like, Marvel gatekeepers.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, you dumb if you don't know. And then I was like, oh, okay. I figured it out.
Yeah. This is a fun thought experiment, is to see what it would be like if you just killed off all your main leads.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because obviously you can't do that because they've got plot armor until on the business end things are completed and concluded.
Sure.
Until Robert Downey Jr. is like, okay, I've done my 10 years. I'm ready to bounce.
Yeah.
And same with Chris Evans and whatnot. But here it's, well, obviously he didn't even make an appearance until the very, very end, so to speak. But yeah, it's a cool thought experiment to see what would happen if all your characters were vulnerable, and what would have happened if Hank Pym had turned bad.
Yeah, it was interesting because you could understand, I guess, where he was coming from, but also it was just completely alien, as the character isn't how we remember him at all. Yeah.
I thought it was kind of cool to see him in that light because he did a very good job of playing that villain. It was very believable based on the circumstances they set up.
Yeah.
But after watching 3 episodes, I'm like, okay, so where is this going is the question that I'm left with. Like, why? So is it just to explore, like I said, a thought experiment for each of these different scenarios? Is that really is that where it stops, or is this heading somewhere because it's part of the multiverse of madness?
Well, I wonder if it's just to get us, the audience, used to this concept of multiverse and the fact that anything goes, you know what I mean? So like after we watch the show, then we'll be perfectly primed to go into whatever they give us next, know?
It just seems very un-Marvel-like for it to not be any deeper than that, especially when you watch all the YouTube videos like the ones made by New Rockstars where they break it down and they got all these like little clues that are intrinsically tied to the greater story, the greater plot, and to like give you a deeper understanding of the history or where it's possibly going and all that stuff. And so for that not to be present here seems very unlike what Marvel's been doing so far. But maybe that's what this is. It's like a break from what we've been getting this whole time, to just kind of kick back, relax, and just enjoy something that isn't necessarily tied into everything else. You're just supposed to enjoy it for what it is.
Right.
It's like a vacation from having to
dissect everything.
Dissect everything and connect it to everything else.
Yeah.
The point is it's not connected to anything else.
Maybe that's the thing.
That's what I'm arriving at so far. It's fun, don't get me wrong. I've been so conditioned by Marvel to expect some kind of interconnectivity now.
Yeah.
Because I used to get mad at that back in the day, and I have video evidence of this too. Like I used to get really annoyed that everything was so connected with Marvel. I'm like, I like it being a one-off thing and it's just finished.
Right. So if you skip a movie, you're not gonna suddenly be completely lost or miss out on like major plot points.
Not necessarily that. It's just like I enjoyed Iron Man having his own movie. I enjoyed Hulk or whoever, Spider-Man having their own movies.
Right.
But then everything becomes interconnected, and so when you get to Iron Man 3 and there's a potential end of the world situation, or Thor the Dark World, a potential end of the world situation, or Falcon and the Winter Soldier, a potential end of the world situation, and none of the Avengers are showing up, it's like, but why? It's a potential end of the world situation. Why wouldn't anyone else make an appearance?
Aren't you all on speed dial?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's where I start to go, and that was the part where I had a little bit of reservation about everything being interconnected, because then it automatically introduces weird questions and plot holes and refrigerator logic.
Sure.
And so I have been conditioned by Marvel not to look forward to one-off things, is ultimately the long-winded thing that I'm trying to say in a long-winded way. Regarding this episode specifically, I thought it was a lot of fun. The action was interesting. I enjoyed how they turned Scarlett Johansson into Ip Man.
Yeah, she was really cool. Also, Agent Coulson, I forgot how much I love him. He's so much fun.
Tom Hiddleston is always awesome.
Yeah.
Him in this state of vengeance was pretty cool to see.
He's always fun. Like I enjoyed hearing his very like Shakespearean theatrical, like old school Loki from back in the day.
Lake Bell, you're right, Lake Bell was.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they get...
I don't know, maybe she didn't want to do it.
Why couldn't they get Scarlett Johansson to come back?
I don't know, but when I saw Lake Bell's name in the beginning credits, I did think, I was like, oh, why is she here? And then when I heard Scarlett Johansson's, or not Scarlett Johansson's voice, Black Widow's voice, I was like, oh, that's probably Lake Bell, because I remember that movie In a World, and she was doing all of those voices, and I'm like, oh yeah, she could probably do a really good Scarlett.
The actor is Jeffrey Wright. He's the one playing the Watcher, and so I'm wondering if this is very strictly limited to this show,
or if he's going to make an appearance in the MCU in live action at some point.
Well, in the other stories anyway. Yeah, in the film. Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, live action. Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, the whole thing is from his perspective.
Yeah. It's interesting that, from Loki, we had He Who Remains, right? And then now we just have the Watcher. To me, they're kind of similar characters because they're kind of, on the outside. Whereas the Watcher is just watching, just observing, and He Who Remains is actually kind of pulling the strings and everything.
Well, I am very, very curious to see where it goes from here, because with each episode 1, 2, and 3 so far, it has gotten progressively bigger and more absurd in terms of the obstacles. Actually, I kind of take that back.
No,
episode 2 was bigger.
Episode 2 was bigger. I feel like this was a little bit more chill. It
wasn't chill. I would rank it episode 1, 3, and 2 in order of smallest to biggest.
I think what I was kind of thinking about in my head was just how each episode kind of has a different vibe, like a different style. And this one with the whole like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was giving me, I don't know if it was some sort of like, those shows like SVU or whatever, where it's like doom doom, and then you're like, today this happened.
I wasn't really thinking about that.
Or like some mystery show.
I was thinking more along the lines of the stuff that we saw in Avengers, like in Avengers Endgame, it said like 5 years later, or it said 2013, 2017, 20 whatever, and it's like it was showing you the different years. It was just kind of like boom,
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Maybe
your instinct might be right. Like you might be more onto something there, but
it just kind of felt like well, obviously this is television. It felt like television, yeah, but it felt like a certain type of television.
Sure.
That's all.
Yeah. But what I was trying to get at ultimately was I'm intrigued to see where this might go from here in terms of scaling up even further.
Yeah.
In terms of bigger stories, because the thing about it is, especially coming off of Loki, especially coming off of Avengers Endgame, these huge, huge stories, it's like what we're dealing with isn't that big yet. If you think about it, it's like the first one dealt with Captain America, a rewriting of Captain America. The second one dealt with a rewriting of Guardians of the Galaxy. It was a rewriting of Guardians of the Galaxy and Black Panther, which are they're the first stories, the what do you call it?
Origin stories.
The origin stories of these characters. Not like, it's not deep into the story yet of like Avengers Endgame or Infinity War or something like that. So I'm curious to see if all of these are just origin stories for 10 episodes, or if it's going to go somewhere deeper, like further along in a chapter of something much bigger. I'm very, very curious about the Doctor Strange episode, because Doctor Strange is one of my favorite, just from a visual perspective, one of my favorite Marvel movies, if not my favorite Marvel movie, because of how visually stunning it is.
Yeah. For a second in the beginning, when Tony Stark was killed, I thought that this was going to be the zombie episode, and I was really excited just because of the whole like Monday, Tuesday thing as well. Like, how it's kind of like day 0 or whatever, and then you see the zombies gradually come, and so I thought that this would be that episode, but it wasn't, so I'm looking forward to that.
I guess the last thing I want to say is, once again, just to kind of echo what I said earlier, it is cool to explore a story where you just kill off all your main characters, because when you go and watch all the Marvel films for the last several years, you're dealing with recurring characters over and over and over again.
Yeah, and they just don't die.
And they don't die. Even if they die, they come back.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Speaking.
And that's the thing with the Hulk as well, when he was like, I can't die. And I'm like, oh, you're so gonna die.
Yeah. And so what would you do if you just suddenly killed off all your characters? I mean, that would have not gone over well if it was in the films. Like, people would be so upset, I think. I mean, it could go both directions.
I mean, just look at Infinity War. Everyone was devastated.
Yeah, and then they brought them all back.
Yeah.
That doesn't really count, though. The thing about it is, like, it could go one of two directions. Either people could be freaking pissed, or it could be like, oh, this is like Game of Thrones, and no one's safe.
Or yeah, exactly. Or like in Endgame, when Tony Stark died, it was a really beautiful moment. It was a nice send off for him, and so it was. I think everyone was sad, but it was like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember your experience with watching the first Mission Impossible movie? At all? I do.
No.
I remember watching it in theaters and being upset because they killed off the entire team except for Tom Cruise in the first 20 minutes of the movie. I'm like, wait, you killed off all these dope people like that? Like, just like that? Like, why would you do that? I thought Mission Impossible was supposed to be a team thing.
No, it's about Ethan Hunt.
It's about Tom Cruise. Obviously, we recovered from that, 6 Mission Impossible movies later. But I feel like it would have been quite interesting to see what would have happened if you went that direction with the films, where you just suddenly killed off all these dudes. Like, where does the story go from there? How does humanity stand a chance from there? You know, it's interesting to think about.
Yeah, it's just so baffling to me as well how easily Thor was killed. I don't know the mechanics because...
Well, they didn't show you, obviously.
No, but like, I'm like, how easy... He made killing a god look easy.
Who,
you know,
Hank Pym?
Yeah, or rather, I mean, I don't know who's at fault there because it was Hawkeye who had the bow and arrow situated, and all Hank Pym did was just cause him to release it. So, you know, he had all of the strength and talent behind it. But I'm like, oh, you can just kill a god like that, and he just didn't. What? Do you not have like some sort of extrasensory perception, Thor?
I think you're overthinking this.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, gods are immortal, aren't they? Well, obviously not, because Odin died. And then Loki died.
Yeah, I think you're overthinking this.
I am overthinking it.
It's a one-off thing. It's like,
this could be fun, like you said, as a sort of thought experiment, and maybe as, you know, a kind of way to explore how bonkers it could go. If you have no limits, if it's not connected to anything else, maybe it could just go really big, really crazy, and you could just have a lot of fun with it. Almost like, you know, some weird fan fiction or something.
I'm hoping they take it a lot further than where it's gone so far. I'm hoping it goes even like all the way.
Just like off the wall.
Yeah, off the wall crazy. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, just because it's like, it would be kind of silly to have this whole concept and just limit it to basically the stuff we've already seen, but just kind of, you know, restructured a little bit.
But isn't that the whole point though? It's like, oh, like in the
I think they did
first episode.
Okay, I'm kind of underselling, I think, a little bit what they're doing here. It's obviously quite different from the structure of the films, especially episode 2 and 3. It's like very different from what's happened in the movies, right? But all I'm saying is I hope it gets, you know, bigger and bigger. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Yes.
And be sure to subscribe, hit that bell icon, all notifications, and vote this video up. And if you're watching this on YouTube, do all those things I just said, please. If you're watching this on Patreon, thanks so much for supporting us. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.